Good morning, 4:37 in Farm News. Officials still waiting for official test results to confirm a possible avian flu outbreak in the Red River Valley. But the USDA is on scene just southeast of Hawley, taking no chances. They quickly posted warning signs around the property of the Bear Poultry Company farm, telling people to stay away. USDA is taking the lead right now in this situation, but Clay County emergency officials have been planning for something like this for weeks. They say this incident shows the virus is mutating.
It's just turkeys now. It's migrated into chickens, so it's a little bit different. This is the first one in Minnesota where it's gotten into chickens.
None of the infected eggs from the farm have reached consumers. They're all in quarantine right now. And according to health officials, this bird flu strain is not a threat to humans. Bird flu continues to hit farms, though, across the Midwest very hard, including the Bear Poultry Company just outside of Hawley. Eamon Bear did his own H5N2 test on his flock and then drove the sample down for testing in a South Dakota State University lab in Brookings. Ben Dunsmore shows us this lab.
The health of the poultry population in the region is being put to the test in this lab at South Dakota State University.
It's a concern because it affects a lot of birds, and we've seen a lot of deaths, particularly in turkey farms in South Dakota.
As bird flu infects flocks across Minnesota, Iowa, and South Dakota, producers have been relying on results from the South Dakota State Veterinary and Biomedical Sciences Lab to direct their response. Travis Clement is a research associate.
They bring in samples at all hours of the night. They'll call on in the morning, on the weekends, and at night, but it's really important for them to figure out, it's what's going on in their farms before they move their animals.
And officials here at SDSU say it's important to turn around these tests quickly so that farmers know how to handle their flocks.
And we want to make sure that it doesn't spread any farther. So the quicker we can do the testing, the better off the rest of the flocks will be in the area.
It takes about 2 hours to get results back from the tests, which tell producers if the virus is found on their farm and if they need to quarantine or kill off some of their flock.
Well, it's important because then they can start the control procedures as soon as possible so no other birds get infected.
The bird flu is not known to impact people, but it will likely impact prices.
So it'll affect the egg prices. It'll probably affect chicken prices. That's a possibility as well. Yeah, it's important that we try to keep it under control.
And it all starts with a test in this lab at SDSU.
The lab in Brookings confirmed a bird flu strain at a northwest Iowa farm that will now need to kill nearly 4 million egg-laying hens. SDSU officials say in South Dakota about 5 flocks have been affected by bird flu, adding up to about 200,000 birds. As farmers in the Midwest struggle to contain this bird flu, biggest in 3 decades in the U.S., the highly infectious H5N2 virus has hit egg and poultry producers in about 13 states. As Don Champion reports, the federal government now weighing its response.
The federal government is now working on a possible vaccine to fight the largest outbreak of bird flu in the country in 30 years. The news comes as additional cases of H5N2 were confirmed at turkey farms in Minnesota and South Dakota Tuesday, prompting poultry producers to test their flocks.
They'll call on in the morning, on the weekends, and at night. It's really important for them to figure out what's going on in their farms before they move their animals.
More than 2 million turkeys have been affected in Minnesota alone. Lawmakers there just approved nearly $900,000 in emergency funding to contain the outbreak. So far, the largest single outbreak of the flu has been at this farm in Osceola County, Iowa. Crews have started euthanizing about 3.8 million hens. The current strain can kill a flock of birds in under 48 hours, but experts say there's little threat to humans. Others are more concerned about the economic impact.
You're going to have a reduction in supply. If you're having a reduction in supply, you're going to have a price effect.
Since early March, the outbreak has cost Midwest turkey and chicken producers more than 6.7 million birds.
Now, the H5N2 virus doesn't like warm weather or sunlight, but thrives in cool and cloudy. And scientists expect the outbreak to lessen in the warmer days ahead. As far as a human vaccine, USDA researchers are developing a seed strain just in case. The Centers for Disease Control told reporters yesterday they're cautiously optimistic there will not be any human cases, but must be prepared for that possibility. Minnesota lawmakers again providing extra funding as the state tries to handle the bird flu outbreak. Yesterday, the Senate approved a bill finalizing $900,000 in emergency funds for response efforts. House passed a similar bill last week. It was held up in the Senate. Federal officials have sent in several teams of experts to Minnesota to monitor and stem the virus's spread. The outbreaks again have now cost Minnesota producers more than 2.1 million turkeys. Governor Dayton says the state will do everything it can to help Minnesota turkey farmers. Time is 4:43. Let's take a break and come back and check the forecast for farming, including a serious setback in soil temperatures.